it's me, Kinghuman! And I gotta make a follow-up video. I don't know. I just have to. I have to. I'm sorry. Because a couple of things are pissing me off again. And it's got me all cranked up. Okay. I made a video a couple of days ago about this family that took their 8-year-old kid, put him in a giant murder ball on a motorcycle, basically turned this little kid into a daredevil act for TV. And I said, you know what? Why isn't this father in jail for child endangerment? This is not what you do to a little kid. This is endangering the life of a kid. We don't allow that anymore. You know, there used to be a time when we considered women and children personal property, and they had to do whatever the hell we said. But those days are long gone. So why is nobody getting upset at this? I don't understand. And in looking at the comments, I now see nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about our kids. Nobody cares about shit anymore. The only thing people care about is themselves. I see so many excuses for this behavior. It's amazing to me that nobody has any compassion for this kid. All kinds of excuses, assumptions, bullshit. I just got an email from one guy that said, hey, Kinghuman, get over it. You know, when you're born into a dangerous family, those are the risks you take. That's the crapshoot. If you're born into a family that does dangerous things, that's the way it is. What? Really? In other words, there's no progress. There's no way we can, you know, hey, if, you know, this family was a family of circus people that shot kids out of a cannon 50 years ago, so they're entitled to keep doing it as long as they want, you know. No progress. We'll just keep risking kids' lives. Really? And then the other argument I hear a lot about, oh, well, kids work on farms. Really? You're really going to equate working on a farm with taking a 4-year-old kid, putting him on a motorcycle, locking him into a steel cage and making him ride around on this motorcycle in a daredevil act? Really? Fuck me in the heart. People do not give a shit. And then the other thing this guy said was, it's none of our business. Really? It's none of our business? Whose business is it? We turn a blind eye to somebody. What would you do if you saw somebody just whipping a kid with a buggy whip in the middle of the street and drawing blood? You just say, it's none of my business. Or whipping a kid with a chain or beating him over the head with a baseball bat until he dies. It's none of my business. You're really that indifferent. See, this is the attitude that just pisses me right the fuck off. Everybody turns a blind eye to this shit. Oh, it's none of my business. I don't want to get involved. Meanwhile, these kids are risking their lives. What do? Do we wait until this kid loses an arm before we turn around and say, oh, you know what? In hindsight, maybe that shouldn't have been something this guy was allowed to do to his kid. And I get other rationalizations like, oh, Kinghuman, it's really not that dangerous. You know, centrifugal force keeps that motorcycle where it's supposed to be. I know that, you idiot. I know the physics. But I also know accidents happen. And I'm looking at the holes in this cage. And I know that if this kid's traveling 20 miles an hour and he falls off that bike for whatever freaking reason, and his arm goes through one of those holes in the cage, his body's going to continue to keep moving and it's going to rip his arm right the fuck off. No danger? Fuck me in the heart. This is dangerous. And to turn a blind eye and say, oh, it doesn't affect us. Oh, it's just a kid. Oh, whatever. All these excuses and justifications make me sick. Nobody's willing to step up and say, hey, this is wrong. You shouldn't do this to a kid. I don't know. I get upset. And then the other thing, while I'm on a tear, the other thing that pissed me off was people saying, Kinghuman, shut the hell up. Get back to making us money. Quit making these opinion videos. We don't want to hear your opinion. Get back to what you do. Tell us how to make money. In other words, gimme, gimme, gimme. Don't do what you want. Do what we want. That That pisses me right the fuck off. Gimme, gimme, gimme. You know, I started on YouTube as a blogger. I've always been a blogger, and that's, you know, if I want to do what I want to do, that's what I'm going to do when I want to do it, why I want to do it, when I do it, why. That's what. All right, I had to get that out. I mean, when does somebody, in all seriousness, when as a society do we step up and start protecting our kids and women? You know, I mean, we give lip service to it, but when there's a call to action, when we see something like this, what do we do as a society? Do we tell this father, hey, you shouldn't be doing this to your kid. You shouldn't be putting him in danger like this for the sake of a few bucks. Do we step up and do that? No. We encourage it by giving him a TV spot on TV and saying, hey, this is all good, go for it. And America's Got Talent should be ashamed for giving this guy that venue. It's amazing to me that people don't see this. Take an 8-year-old kid and put him on a motorcycle in a daredevil act in a cage. It just amazes me how this father is allowed to do this. You couldn't do it to a monkey. You'd go to jail for animal abuse. But yet it's all good. It's just a kid. Who cares? Kid wants to do it. Let him do it. Once again, you've gotten me pissed off, people. I gotta go to Hawaii and lay on the beach. I'm losing my mind. You people are mental cases!